Hello, welcome to another S.H.Figuarts review. This is S.H.Figuarts. This is a new standard figure series that incorporates the banner action figure art under the theme, pursuing character expression through humor action. This is masked by the Deno Kamen, the Deno Climax form. Ooh, there's also a Cho Climax form somewhere out there that's an exclusive and it only has the extra like wings on the back and it costs like 10 times more or something like that, which is stupid. This was second hand anyway and it was pretty cheap, so I got it. And the price on there was pretty low. It's on the Deno style box, very colorful all the way around because this is Climax on, a lot of stuff going on, and the box is a bit worn because it's second hand. Top of the box. Ooh, focus. Bottom of the box, very nice metallic red print, by the way. Back of the box showing you basically different poses and different combinations you can do with this figure. Inside, of course, you have the instructions manual. You can zoom out a little bit, and then there we go. If you want to take a closer look at the box art for the shoot of the figure, and this is the wrong instructions manual. Whoops, that was the yank. Instructions manual. Whoopsies. If you want to take a closer look at the box art instruction manual and photo shoot of the figure, please feel free to head over to the Flickr or Facebook link in the video description below. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oopsies, I was using the wrong instructions for about a few seconds there. Anyway, here's the tray of the box. Very bumpy because there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a bit of plastic tape there. The box opens pretty easily, and but things have already bounced all over the place. So inside the box you got the fist hands on the figure already, his sword attachment is attached to his belt. You have a train pass holding hand, pointing hand, and sword holding hand. You have the train pass in closed and open modes. You also have another item holding hand for the other hand and pass holding hand for the other hand, so 2 each. You have this replacement that goes on the leg right there to attach things onto his leg. Upper leg change with Kintaro's right there. Got the Kintaro's hand, Kintaro's shoulder. You got Ryotaro's there. This goes on the shoulder and the arm and the legs. So wherever you want go shoulder and legs. You got here Ryotaro's on the chest, Ryotaro's arm, and Ryotaro's leg piece. You got the sword in normal mode and the sword in Hitsatsu attack mode. So you have the sword buckle on the belt without the actual pieces. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. The sword itself is the same as the sword form sword, of course, no difference there. Painted metallic, pretty nice, pretty good. Remember, I think it was in the new Deno sword was slightly less coloured. New Deno's belt pieces were definitely blacker. I don't remember any of the blue bits printed on it. I think that was one of the things I mentioned. The belt is a completely loose piece, by the way. Get the train passes out. They do have the Deno logo printed on them. Molded in, I mean, not printed. So, comes with open and closed, which is pretty cool. I like that. It comes in both versions. So, yeah. Obviously the final attack thing has a different piece you can use with the FX part from sword form, so you can do that. The shape and size is completely identical, so sword pieces, train pass, and let's see, move all your hands out of the way. I'll go for these one by one. You got these little bits there, which more detail is pretty good. Again, same with pretty much most of the Deno forms. You've seen them in sword form as well. So of course we have to do the let's see how well these things attach. Before we do that, look, we've got the basic arm thing here. The real Kintowers, real towers, and more towers, and other towers across all these images. Real towers is on a little ball peg here. It can pop out, but you don't need it to, so it's just quite there. It's quite sharp. The printed metallic is really nice, but again, like I said, it's very sharp, so it's not really fun to hold this too much. It's sometimes best to pop this off and swap the arms around when doing that, and then pop them back on. The one on the chest here, I kind of wish it was on the hinge so I can do the open and close thing, but it can't, so details underneath are pretty decent. And again, the front piece is a bit sharp in the corners, so do be careful. Do note that these shapes are different sizes and different curves. This one is in close mode. Again, it's also a bit bigger, and again, it's slightly different. It's less bent than the one that goes on the arms and legs. Uataru's has his ear pieces right there, which are on ball pegs, so they can move a lot. So even though such a bulky design of a suit doesn't limit articulation too much, because these things are all little ball pegs, which again can pop off. It can pop off the shoulder plate as well, so it can go on the leg. Which yeah, that's that. Nobody, yeah, actually, yeah, it makes sense. It can pop off. And then finally, you have Kintaro's upper leg, right there. Kintaro's shoulder. Again, it can. No. Oh, no, I think this one's glued down. This one. Oh no. Yeah, it can come off as well. And Kintaro's on the fist hand, and you can't change this hand. So, quick look on the articulation first with this figure. Without all the attachments, he does look pretty good. This one really reminds me of the Shocha Kenshin line before they moved on to S.H.Figuarts, because a lot of the ideas here are pretty similar. Another thing about him is his back. I think this back piece can come off. It was designed to come off. If I can do it. So the wing, the Cho Climax versions, exactly the same. They have a piece that they plug the wing in. They just didn't. This one just didn't come with the wings, which is very annoying. I mean, it's not like the figures came out and they haven't designed those things yet. Chest pieces are also quite loose, by the way. You turn it and they'll fall out very easily. You kind of like seeing these actually. Underneath, you can see the screw there. You see a lot of how the figure's been assembled. It's plastic. Although it does also kind of let you know why sometimes these figures are heavier than they look, because a little bit of screws inside are obviously metal. Every little bit adds up. Helmet is pretty good. These bits are quite durable, so that's nice. Anyway, articulation, double neck joint as always, and this whole big black piece is a separate piece. So up, down, sideways, sideways. Not full rotation, it kind of gets stuck. So, whoa, that's not supposed to happen. Plug that back in. Doesn't want to go back in. There we go. So arm up, little rotating ball there, up, down, full rotation, rotating here, double elbow joint. Hands on a little swiveling arm on a little ball peg. Torso, 1-2 joints. Belt is a completely separate piece on its own. Sideways, sideways, forward, back. Again, this piece is starting to annoy me. Doesn't click in or anything. They should put a clicker. Leg is kind of like a double leg. Popped off. Again, issues with second-hand stuff. Sometimes a bit worn down. Depending on how the person was playing with these. Plug back in. And you, plug back in too. So up, back, rotating, rotating. Double knee joint. Foot is on a little swiveling peg. Toe goes up, toe goes down. So that's articulation. Let's do a transformation. Let's do normal mode. So unplug these. Unplug these. The chest fall off again. Never mind. I'm gonna plug in the real towers right here. This one actually goes in there quite tight, so this one doesn't fall out, which is good. I'll unplug these two since you know he's most likely gonna have his weapons out. So get the two silver dot pegs things, just plug them in. Plug them in. Right. This one goes on this side. No, yeah. Since it's left, so this side. So you know that fits in quite nicely, quite easily. No articulation limiting on his left arm, but his right arm a bit more because of these big ear pieces on Ura Towers that bump into Rio Towers' face. So that's a little bit affected a little bit. So, but overall, it's still okay. Obviously, you just rotate this out and get this piece. Form number 2. Very easy. Unplug that. I'm going to plug this plate back in, and we can move on to the next look. So you want to unplug this, come out. I'm going to move him over to the other side. You're supposed to use the same arm pieces, that's why you can unplug these, which I find to be more of a hassle than anything. Just annoying, why do I have to do that? Gonna plug in or not? Plug in. It's sort of plugged in. You want to pull this arm out, which does feel scarier than it looks, so do be careful when pulling it out. Plug in the Urao's arm. Like I said, it's probably easier to unplug Ryotao's face first. But this again, don't know if I plugged it all the way in correctly. Seems in. And yeah, this shoulder pad is really annoying. I used the other one that has the letter L on it with Kintaros' head on it, and it just didn't seem very fidgety, so I didn't want to use it anymore. And then you want to get the hand here, which I see no reason this hand isn't always plugged into this arm, because that's how it should be. But anyway, plug in. I just get one of the actual shoulder pads again. This is our shoulder pad, so just plug this back in. There you go, he's got this weird rider punch thing going on. So he can be like, haha. And the chest piece falls off again. Probably had like a blue tack or something. I heard that you can use like nail varnish to thicken the plastic a little bit so it stays on. Next, of course, you have the rider kick. So this piece can come off quite easily. Doesn't fall off easily, it just can come off easily. Plug the Kintaros' head there, and then you also want to pull this plate off. Lots of possibilities here for creating like crazy scenes where like his arm is just falling off, he's getting his ass kicked and stuff. Yep. Where's the this piece to go there? Like that. That's wrong, that's the wrong way around. Yeah, oops, plug that in the wrong place, so this one goes in here on the kneecap, and then you want to unplug Urao's from there, plug him in here, flip these down. Yikes, This is a very fidgety figure. So I guess this figure, the more you can do with it, the more fidgety they become. I need some of these joints so loose. I think I'll put some decal sealant, probably thicken up the plastic a little bit and pop off as easily. So now he's got that going on, so hey! And of course, like I said, you can just keep going. Whatever spare piece you have, make him look like some crazy hybrid creature. Plug that in, and then I got the shoulder pad still, so I can plug him in as well. Just do more and more. Plug that in this shoulder. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? There's a lot of stuff going on. And he looks all super weird now. Kamen Rider Climax form is probably one of the second or third most finicky S.H.Figuarts I've handled in a while. The most finicky one is still Kamen Rider Ryuki, with all the dragon parts falling off the dragon constantly. That was a very annoying character. Here, lots of parts fall apart. Not as badly as Ryuki, but it's quite easy to get annoyed if you're trying to pose him in different forms, like I was, because I was trying to take all the photos and stuff, so I was like, oh come on, stop falling off. A lot of joints were getting loose, as you saw in the video when I was like, you know, posing him into different forms in the video, so that's that issue. This is a second-hand figure, so but that's still something to be concerned about if you're trying to get him. I mean, most likely you're going to get him second-hand anyway, but if you do get him first-hand, you have to consider at some point his joints are going to get quite loose. Like I said, some people use nail polish, like clear transparent nail polish that they will just put on plastic to make the grip a lot tighter again, or you can use different things, just thin layers, so try and do that. Another thing I didn't like was swapping the shoulder pads with Kintaros and Uataros. The pegs didn't seem to fit too well. Like, they fit on their respective shoulder pads fine, as you can see in the rotating video in this review. But if you're trying to swap them around from left to right, they just either get too loose or a bit too tight and just don't want to sit in there too well. I don't know why that is, maybe it's just this figure or overall, but yeah, it was very annoying. Other than that, really, he does look like the suit in the show, it does look the part, the paint is pretty good. There's a few marks here and there where the silver is slightly off. Molding injection is also pretty good. Most of the lines, molding injection lines are hidden quite well. Phone on this belt does not come off. It's something as well you could be concerned about if you want to have the phone, like sword form holding the phone as for photo shoot or, you know, any other reasons like animation. Hand swapping is a complete pain. The ball sockets on the hand joints are way too big, or all the hands are way too tight. Really hard to pull the hand off without fear of snapping the plastic, and really hard to push the hands back on, constantly fighting the little peg moving around and trying to plug the hands on. It was really, really annoying. Not having the wing on the back just so they can sell an extra Cho Climax form is really stupid. It's like DLC in video games, day one DLC. He has the mechanic and gimmick to unplug the back plate of his body, and yet he doesn't have the wing piece, meaning that they already knew they're going to put something there, they just didn't add it into this box, and it's just really stupid. This is the same as the Predator Wolf monster arts that they released, which is the exact same figure with a few extra accessories for an extra price and sold on Bandai Premium. That's premium, and that's really, 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 really stupid and annoying. We should all be mad at Bandai for doing stuff like that. But other than that, the figure does look quite shiny and snazzy, so if you like Climax form, try and find a Cho Climax version if it's not too expensive. If it is, then this one is good enough. After all, I mean, the Cho Climax form did only appear in one of the movies, but you know, it is there, and you know, it's something that I really think should be included in this box instead of selling it as 2 copies. This is also like the Cougar Rising Ultimate form with the black eye version and the red eye version sold on different websites, even though it's just a simple faceplate swap, which they've done with Agito figures, or the normal Ultimate form, or a head swap, but they didn't do that, and now both versions are super expensive just because they have a slightly different head. Subscribe, suggest and comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. Bye. I do have to mention that the liner form does not have the train pass in open mode, So that's something extra you get here with this figure. It's really stupid. Again, the liner form doesn't have that. I also have to point out that the liner form and this form both don't have the Climax phone as a separate accessory, so there's no way for you to unplug that or put it onto the sword form figure, which again is very annoying.